Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be about feeling alone during the holidays and how you can learn to cope with it. So I think that addressing feeling lonely during the holidays is really important, and I have this video going live on Thanksgiving for a reason. I think that this year in particular is probably going to be really challenging for people just because of COVID and all the social distancing regulations. And a lot of people saying that we shouldn't be getting together with large groups of people this year because of COVID, and that is understandable. COVID is a very serious problem and it's getting worse by the day. And I also think that people are really going to struggle this holiday season because of it. Even if it's not due to COVID, I think that loneliness is something that a lot of people can experience during the holidays. I think it's something people experience in general, and then it can be worse during the holidays because the holidays are about family and getting together with people that you love. And there are a lot of people out there that don't feel like they have that. This is something that actually I can relate to. The holidays following my divorce were exceptionally hard, especially on the holidays that I didn't have my son, because being a single parent with a co-parent means that I have to share him on some holidays. And I remember my first Christmas where I didn't have my son, and it was super, super hard for me. And on top of that, my family lives 6 hours away, and as much as we would like to, sometimes we aren't always able to get together on the holidays. So I wanted to make a video talking about 5 tips to handle loneliness during the holidays. Here we go. Tip number 1, understand that you are not alone. A lot of people are either currently feeling the same way that you are or have at some point in their life. This is an issue that I think is way more widespread than people realize that it is. And when we're feeling a certain way, it can be really hard to understand that there are other people that are also feeling this way, because when we feel bad, we often perceive it as an isolated experience. There are a lot of people out there that are separated from their family during the holidays, or have recently lost someone and they're struggling with that, or they've recently gone through a significant breakup or a divorce and it's their first holiday season as a single person. That can be really difficult for people. Ultimately, I think this is way more common than people think that it is. So know that you are not alone. There are a lot of people out there that are feeling the exact same way or very similar to how you're feeling right now. Number 2, know that it is okay to feel lonely. And I know that sounds strange because loneliness is a terrible feeling. Like, it is probably one of the tougher things to go through is feeling lonely, because loneliness is a result of emotional disconnection from other people. And us being social creatures, that's really, really hard for us. And while it is uncomfortable to feel lonely, know that it is also okay to feel this way. Accepting how we feel in the moment is a huge part of learning how to handle difficult emotions. A lot of times when we feel difficult emotions, our instinct is to try to either deny it or to numb it out. And this is actually the opposite of what we should be doing. When we feel difficult emotions, we should be leaning into that feeling. Being able to learn how to sit with it and tolerate it is ultimately how we overcome and handle difficult emotions. You hear this a lot with anxiety. Like, the ultimate way to overcome anxiety is to learn how to tolerate anxiety, because ultimately we can't have a world that is anxiety free. Like, it's never going to happen. The truth is that we absolutely need to learn how to do that with all of the emotions. We need to learn how to sit with all of the difficult emotions, even if it's not fun. So if we're sitting there denying feeling lonely, the only thing it's going to do is further our disconnection from other people, because we're going to constantly be thinking about how lonely we are at the moment and how much we wish we didn't feel that way and what can I do to not feel this way anymore. It's also going to cause a further disconnect with ourselves as well, because when we deny our emotional experiences, we're really denying a huge part of who we are. Number 3 is to be kind to yourself. If you know that you're going to be spending the holidays alone, try to plan some activities that allow you to be kind to yourself. This could look like volunteering your time to help others, which can also be an excellent way to connect with other people. Take yourself out on a date, maybe to a movie. It might be something that is difficult to do this year, but hopefully won't be in the coming years. Doing something that makes you feel good can really help combat feelings of loneliness. I know something that I'm doing this year is I'm doing that secret sister exchange, which I think is a really, really cool idea, because you're able to get gifts for other people and like help make their day, and then you're also receiving gifts too, because it's kind of this chain loop. If you're on social media, you might have seen something about this at some point in time. But I think it's a really good idea, especially this year too, where we might not be able to get together as much in person to exchange gifts with like our friends or extended family. So doing something or even involving something in yourself like that can really help you feel like you're connected to other people. Number 4, know that spending the holidays alone does not mean that you are in any way not worthy of connection. It also doesn't mean that you're unloved. It also doesn't mean that it will always look like this. If you're dealing with something like a recent loss, it can be really hard to see it looking different than it does right now. And from someone who's been there, again, I've been divorced now for, I think this will be my 4th holiday season. Know that it will not always look the way that it does on year 1. It will look different. It will improve over time. You will foster and nourish more connections as time goes on. And through healing, you really will start to enjoy your own company as well, which can also help with that disconnection feeling too, when you feel like you're more connected to yourself. And through the healing process, you will learn how to be more present with yourself and enjoy your own company. Number 5 is to create a gratitude list, something I keep talking about in a lot of my videos. And I do think that it's important that when we are going through a hard time, that we understand that naturally we just tend to focus more on what's going wrong and less on what's going right. Knowing what we have to be grateful for can really help us put things in better perspective. I promise it works. Give it a try. I know sometimes people think that gratitude lists are cheesy or we should just automatically know what we have in our life, but really honestly, when we're in that difficult cloud of hard emotions, sometimes we don't. So write it down. What are the things that are going right in my life right now? You might come up with more than you think. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. I release 2 new mental health videos every single week, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks and happy Thanksgiving.